This is a quick tour of the NOAA weather website. It's actually the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association, pronounced NOAA. This site is the one we use for KEOM when we find the information we need for our weather reports. It should be saved as a tab that automatically opens when you open up Google Chrome on any of the student computers and in the on-air studios. Now let's take a look at what they show on this page. First of all, I want to point out that if you want to use this at home, it's a free service. What you would do is go up here, and even though that's not what it says up here, you would actually type in noaa.gov, and then you would type in the city and state that you want to find the information for. So you can do this at home too if you would like. Okay, the first thing we see here is just the current conditions. And this tells us what the skies look like outside right now. And it is fair outside right now, which just means that it's pretty nice out there. There might be a few high clouds, but otherwise pretty sunny. And this is the current temperature in Fahrenheit, and that's what we will announce when we are doing our reports. This right here tells you the temperature in Celsius, but we do not use that. Okay, over here is the humidity, and this tells about how much moisture there is in the air. And so right now there's 38% humidity. This is telling us the wind speed. The S says that it's coming from the south, and then it's at 5 miles per hour. Sometimes you will see in there that it's gusting as well. The other important thing might be this heat index right here. Notice that it's 96 degrees outside, but the heat index is 100 degrees. And sometimes during the summer, when it's hot and sunny and humid, it feels hotter than it really is, and so that's what the heat index. Now during the winter, sometimes this will say the wind chill, and the wind chill actually makes it feel colder than it is. So maybe it's 42 degrees, but the wind is blowing pretty hard and making it feel like it's 36. Okay, this right here is pretty important as well, and it tells us when this website was last updated. Now this was updated today, the day I'm recording this, at 3:35. It is now 4:16. So this will let you know how long ago it was updated. If you aren't sure if that's the most recent one, you always can go up to refresh and just make sure that it has refreshed and has the most current weather. Okay, over here it just tells us where this weather information is coming from. And this is the Mesquite weather, and the information they are getting is actually taken at the Mesquite Metro Airport. Okay, right here is just a quick view of what the next few days are going to look like, and they have little pictures, so it's nice and easy to understand. And so you can see here it says tonight, shows you a picture of what it's going to look like maybe outside. It says it's mostly clear, the low is going to be down to 79. Then tomorrow you can see from the picture there's quite a few clouds out there, and it tells us we might have some isolated thunderstorms, and then on here it says 10%. That's just for us to look at. What we really use is scroll down. You can see that it gives us all the way through tonight, and tonight is a Thursday, and it goes all the way through next Thursday. So it gives you a good 7 or 8 day forecast. Okay, so this is telling us, now I'm recording this in the afternoon, so this is already telling us the tonight forecast. Sometimes it will tell you this afternoon or the rest of the day, but this is what the rest of the day is supposed to look like. Okay, first it usually tells you what the clouds are going to look like. So outside it's going to be mostly clear. The temperatures are going to drop, and it's going to get down to 79 degrees. The winds will be from the south, and then they're going to be between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Now you can see that tomorrow it tells us there's isolated showers and thunderstorms after 1 p.m., so that's in the afternoon. But if we look down here at the end, the chance is only 10%. Then otherwise it says it's going to be mostly sunny and hot. The temperature is going to be 102, and this is one of those important things. The heat index value is going to be 105. Okay, and then winds from the southwest. So you can look through and find out what's going to be happening over the next few days. Of course, usually the first few days are going to be pretty accurate, and the further out it gets, it's usually a little more vague and maybe not as accurate. They'll update those as they get more information. The other things you see over here you can use if you would like. This right here will tell us a map, and if there were clouds and big storms coming in or anything, it would show us those on this map. We don't use quite as often. Now, one other thing I want to point out is up here at the top, sometimes you'll see here in red hazardous weather conditions or maybe a weather advisory, and those are usually important to look at. So if you see one of those, you might want to click on it, and this just says special weather statement in effect until June 27th at 9 p.m. So that is tonight at 9 p.m. And if we click on it, it looks like a whole bunch of information, but if we look down here, it's just telling us that it's going to be very hot, and it tells us to take precautions now if you're working on planning to spend an extended amount of time outside. So that's just basically a heat warning to make sure that you're not going to overheat outside, and that could be an important thing to include in a weather report. So those are always good to look at. So those are the main points, and now I would like you to go and log into the NOAA weather website yourself and answer the questions that are in the attached file.